Blessings, you guys. A girl coming back with the second one. I was going to title this one different, but I think I'm going to do it like this. Because it's like several things I want to talk about in this topic. I won't keep it long. I know my video went long earlier, but I was just, conversing with my girl China. That's what it's called, conversing with Conita. Alright, so what I want to say is, I don't know, but I think it probably will exist somewhere in the future before Jesus get big. Okay, before Jesus get big. That we're going to have narc lawyers that just deal with just that. Because not only that they're wasting court's time and your time and lawyers' time and money and the judge's time, everybody's time, trying to filter out what the hell y'all there for, okay? What they need to understand is this is a real thing, and they already know. They already know that it's a real thing. I don't understand why they just won't come out with narc lawyers, narc judges that can cipher through these clown ass clowns, okay? So, what I want to say, and I want to shout this one out to my baby girl that's just getting out of a narcissistic ass relationship, okay? So, I'm going to shout out my baby girl with this one. It's just basically, I don't know if this was new to you. It's never your first narc. It's just like, by the time you get aware, you done probably already had 50 or 11 time narcs in your life. I said it in other videos that narcs start in school, in family, but the narc bullies that's in school don't narcs, because they all upset at whatever's going on in their life and the way they're being raised, and they got awful parents, so they come to school and bully people. So it's not gonna be your first narcissistic interaction. So they don't quit, and this is why I'm saying that we need narc courts. They don't understand. And even when they get to the point where they're getting arrested, going to court or whatever, they're still thinking that in their psychotic delulu ass mind that they can gaslight the lawyer, the judge, the jury, your lawyer, and whatever, and to thinking whatever it is that they want the outcome to be. Okay? It's so irritating. When I said they are so hard to get rid of, they are so hard to get rid of like roaches. Now, if you want to pick one, I think, even though I swear I can't stand bugs, definitely roaches, because if anybody know what a roach does, they just accumulate, and your house is infested, your food is infested, everything is infested. That is what a narc does when they're in your life. They're just infesting everything. Everything is going to be infested. But if you had to choose between a real roach or a narc, you probably would go with the roach, because you can go call the pest control, orchid, whomever, to come and get rid of these roaches, and they'll be gone. But it's not that easy. When you're trying to get rid of a narc, they never go away. And it gets to the point where they're just doing so many things that's so illegal that they're thinking the cock of the walk, that you're too stupid to stop what they're doing. They're thinking that you're too stupid to know what they're doing. Like, they don't have no life. They got nothing but time, especially these narcs with moolah. They got nothing but time. So when they get through their day or whatever it is that they do, their whole focus, listen you guys, their whole focus is on you. Even if they're with someone else, even if they're married to someone else, even if they got other kids with someone else, their focus is on you. Okay? And it's just like, I remember being a kid, and I don't know the author of this book, but I remember my cousin, she was reading this book, and the book was called The Devil's Behind You. The devil's behind you. And I had to be like literally like first grade, but I never forgot because she's reading the story. And back in the day, we didn't have the internet or whatever. So she's reading the story. So we all like sitting in a circle, like intrigued about her reading the story. Shout out to you, Lynn. And she was reading the book and it was like spooky, scary or whatever. That's how it is when you encounter a narc or done with a narc. The devil is always behind you. The devil's behind you and the narc is trying to be in front of you, but you're just being attacked. Okay, like that. Because it's spiritual warfare. It's not even about you. It's what it is about you is that you have a mission on this earth as you're breathing and living to do whatever it is that God has for you to do. But when you realize that the narc wasn't it and open up that third eye, now you understand that you are awakening, and God is letting you know what you're going through, what you've been through, and what you need to do. But also Satan, also the narc, because they don't want you to ever do good or be good. They so damn nosy. That part right there. They so damn know. They're monitoring spirits. So meaning that whatever way that they can spy on you and try to look into your life and try to always be behind you like the devil's behind you, they would do that. And it's so irritating. Like, take your dumb ass and go away. Go your dumb ass away and leave me be. But they won't do that. They won't do that. They always gotta be there. And with technology these days, it doesn't take much for them to be there. To stalk you, harass you, profile faking, catfishing, all that stuff. And ain't nobody got time for that, because after you got done with them, you already had to go back and retrace, block, every damn thing. Okay? You had to shut it all down. But some of these narcs, whether they're technically smart or, AI aware, whether they just got all this talent, whether they know how to manipulate the system to be like all in your ish or whatever, they can still find people, even if they're broke ass narcs still know somebody that knows computers, you know what I mean? And it gets to the point where everything that they're doing is illegal, but they don't care because they're thinking that you're too stupid to figure it out. Once they have to deal with the consequences of what they're doing, and everybody's telling them that something wrong with them and this was illegal and you had no business doing that, that's when they have to face reality. They will never face reality until they have to deal with their consequences. That's why we need narc courts, narc judges, narc juries, narc lawyers, because don't nobody want to keep having to deal with them. Neither the people in the system wants to keep having to deal with them. They just won't go away, especially when you're the one that got no ties to them at all. But they still lurking and spying and lurking and all up in your ish like you're too stupid to figure it out. But what's going to happen is when God stepped in, because you're out because God stepped in, stop thinking that God is going to be holding your tears when you're drilling holes in the bucket where God can't even catch your tears so that you can wake up and live a better life. So every time that you believe them and take them back and fall for their shenanigans or be spooked, don't even be spooked. They want you to be spooked. If I had a choice of two things, to square up with the narc so it can be done forever, ever, or to let the narc do what the narc doing and try to go the legal route, I'm sorry. God's still working on me. I'd rather square up. But because where I'm at right now, I got a different way to square up. But I already know y'all. I've been there. I already know y'all. I know it would feel good to just sock them up. We're about to throw them balls. We're about to swing them things. We about to throw them balls. It's about to be a narc fight. Like, it's just be like, they just don't know when to quit. And then when it gets to the point where they did the worst of the worst, where there's no turn back, that's when they're trying to gaslight everybody and apologize and be sorry and wish they never did that or whatever. But they're nothing but demons. So the only thing that happened was the demon let their ass down. While they was over there supporting the demon, but you was supporting them. But they was supporting the demon and they was doing hurtful things to you. And even when you were about your way, they still was there doing things. People get tired of that. You feel me? People get tired of that. To the point, what they really want you to do is crash out. So they can have that one little bitty receipt saying, well, it wasn't me. And you got 100 receipts. 100 receipts. And this is what their life end up being. Their life end up being so many damn people hating them. So if we had narc court and whatever, and anybody that ever dealt with the narc, even their ex-workers or whatever, anybody that ever dealt with them in any type of way, will come in there and put the picture out to the judge and the court who they really are. And when it's all been said and done, you'll be sitting there like, I didn't even know that. Ex-workers can tell you more about these narcs. These closets can tell you more about these narcs. People that was married with them or spent a long time with them, or their child that was raised by a narc can tell you more about them. Okay, so no matter whatever they're trying to put out there and make paint this picture to point the fingers at you, it's too late. It's already out there. It's exposed. Y'all exposed. Demons are exposed. But we are getting the clues to know that Jesus is coming big. Like I said in the other video, California fires, Texas floods, hurricanes here and there, tornadoes here and there, all this, crazy disaster that is going on, animals falling up out the sky, fishes is come beached up, all unalived and whatever. This is it. So don't let these creatures drag you down to the pits of the hell, because they're already there. They in hell on earth, and they're gonna be in hell after this. Okay, but they want you to live hell on earth as well, because they don't want to do about them damn selves. You don't be doing this the part. You don't be doing nothing to them. Once you leave, you're not sitting there making out this whole list, plotting out this whole thing to do something to them or want everybody to know who they are. Some of us, we get to the point, because I'm like that. I don't care. Just leave me be. All right? But then they come poking like they poking the bear and wonder why we rather have the bear than them. But they keep poking just to let you know they're still there. And they're not going to go anywhere. And they want to disrupt you and get you all in your emotions because they still there. That clapback going to be the worst they ever receive. Okay? Don't play dumb. Do what you got to do. Shut their ass down. Whatever you have to do and however you got to do it, shut their ass down. Even if we don't got a not court, lawyers, judge, jury, whatever. Because who do they think they are? Who the duck do they think they are to think that they have the right to can keep on poking and entering your life, disrupting you, all up in your, it's nosy in the bushes, spying and creeping and doing all type of crazy ish Because you don't want to deal with them. You don't want to be with them. You don't want to be abused. And they think that you were supposed to. How dare you not let me abuse you? How dare you leave me when I was abusing you? That post-trauma abuse is real. It's real. Years can go back. Years can go back. Years can go by. And they still there. Take your dumb, crunchy, ugly, snaggletooth, evil, DL, stupid ass somewhere else. Because once you get with God, God is always going to reveal where they're at, what they're doing, when they're doing it, why they're doing it. They're never going to get the answers the way you get the answers because they're not with the Most High. They're with that Satan. And all the Satan does is set their ass up. Set their ass up. I love when I see certain videos on the YouTube where they crash out and then they'll allow that demon to truly take over. And now they really are in trouble. And they're sitting there in the courts not understanding, thinking like, oh, it's just a slap in the wrist, or smirking until they hear their sentence. I have seen so many, and like I said, it's not a gender thing, because it was a one female I did see. But they'll be sitting there smirking, thinking they're going to get this slap on the wrist or whatever. You can see the victim's family and friends, in pain, crying and whatever, and that person's looking over there with no remorse, smirking, or even saying even worse-ish, letting that demon speak through them, thinking everything's gonna go their way. They don't even know when that gavel go down, and then they get locked up. They're getting locked up with other demons too. So everything that they did to anybody that they ever did anything to is gonna be 10 times fold when that gavel go down. Do y'all know that security in prisons go tell all the other inmates why you're in there, especially if you are a pedo or a rapist? Oh, them inmates that don't care, that know they got a life sentence, they're gonna do to you whatever you did to anybody else. Okay? So they need to realize when they need to just back their ass up like a U-Haul truck and leave you be before it be done. Now, I know you be wanting to crash out and just be like, want it to end. I know sometimes the devil be trying to take over your mind and be like, you want to end them so that you can live this life. But what you need to know and what you need to do is let God handle that karma. Do nothing. Do nothing. When they coming back and doing all this evil stuff to you, it's because they're getting that clap back. Clap back. It's because God is clapping back. So the more they poke and poke and poke and thinking they're poking the bear, they're poking God. And it gets worse and worse and worse for them. This wasn't even what was going to be like exactly what I was going to be talking about. But because this narc came around again today, playing with me, I did it this way. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm moving in the shadows because I'm moving in the shadows. And by the time the narc see the light from the shadows, it's going to be too late. I'm sick of this. Now you can let they can let their seeds carry on the legacy of evil. They can train their seeds to be the legacy of the evil. But what's going to happen is it's just going to be a generational curse. So when they're doing what they're doing and they passing the torch, pass the torch, they're still going to get the same outcome that the narc got, because they wanted to pass the torch. But what they're going to not know is that when the narc go, they're not going to get nothing. Not going to not leave them nothing. Not going to leave whatever it was that spaghetti noodle was satisfied with. Okay? All of it. All of it. That's how these old narcs, when they're getting too old, that's what they do. They make these new supplies stick around for the payout, whether they do it or not, but that's what they do. Now I got to go. I made me some soup, should have been ate it, but I got to go. They are just so nasty. And I know you wish you had never, ever, ever met them. But don't take it like that. Take it as a blessing. Because God had allowed you to see with that third eye about what you don't see, which is that demon and spiritual warfare and all the things that these demons and things that walks among us on earth that we can't physically see with our eyes. Until God opened up that third eye, I can see them. To look at somebody and actually see a demon on them, I had been like freaked out for years until I got to the point that I had to adjust and not take it a certain way. I took it as God saying, now you can see. Now you can see. And once he allow you to see, you won't be able to unsee. And I'm going to go. Like the last video I said, when you're done with a narc, Satan not done with you. He's just going to send another narc in another narc suit to try to do what the first narc or the second narc or the third narc did not do or complete. So it's not good to just be rushing into anything. It's not good at all. It's time for you to just meditate, isolate, relate to the Most High, so that you can make sure that you're living the best life that you can live, and know how to deal with these demons, and also protect your spirit, your body, your mind, your mental, your soul, and your finances. Because they love to attack that too, because they always want you homeless. They should be getting a ticket every time they call the police on you when they're the damn abuser. They should be getting tan for that. So I'm going to go. Just so you know, I'm going to go. But I can't stand them. And I pray to Jesus Christ, the Most High, that this, especially this one, handle that for me, Father God, because I cannot. You cannot. The things that they're doing, because they got a demon behind them, helping them do what they're doing, you cannot fight that alone. You're gonna have to have the Holy Spirit, the Most High God, and Jesus, and the angels, especially Michael. That part. And I ask you, God, for all of them, because I'm done. When you need all of that to fight one demon, what makes you think that you can fight that demon? When I just said you need Jesus, the Holy Spirit, God, the angels, and definitely Michael. Because these demons will never give up on you. Okay? Now, with that being said, God bless you guys. I know, how am I going to end this when I was just on 10? God bless you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed night. And I hope that this video helps someone. But I know that if you are just getting out, it's not going to make sense, right away. But it will make sense later. So unless you get yourself, really get yourself into therapy, you got people like us out here that's just trying to help you get through it, and it doesn't cost you nothing unless you want to pay for more from whomever you trust. With me, I'm just out here doing my godly duty. Now, with that being said, boom. God bless you guys.